Looks like we're up. What's going on, y'all? It's your man Point Guard coming back to you. Welcome to Next Chapter Forward. I'm your point guard, Stephen Bardo. Hope you guys are doing well. This live will be a continuation of the long form video that dropped earlier this week. I drop videos every Monday and I come live every Wednesday. The video that I dropped on Monday, I walked away from NBC Sports to live this life in Mexico, and here's every dollar it cost. Okay, so we're going to build off of that video that's doing very well. It's getting a lot of views. It's doing very well, but we want to build on that. If you're a black man over 50 and you're looking to relocate out of the United States or Canada or Europe, this is your place. We're a community of black men. We're called free agents, and it's a sports reference because I'm a basketball guy. But we are a collection of black men over 50 who are interested in leaving these areas to maybe a cheaper place, a place where we feel more respected, a place that maybe has better weather, all kind of different things. There's a lot of different reasons why black men want to relocate out of the place that they are currently in. And so that's what Next Chapter Forward is all about. So if that interests you, you're in the right place. If it doesn't interest you, you can keep it pushing. No problem. Okay. All right. So on that video that I talked about, that I left NBC Sports so that I could live this life. One of the things I showed, and I need to go find this real quick. Hold on. Let me find this real quick. All right. Thanks for your patience. So, it looks backwards. I thought it would be good. Okay, this is a card that I showed that this is my expenses. These are roughly everything that I spend per month. $2,770 a month to live here. Okay. Now, when I showed this and I broke this down for everybody, there were some things on here that were missing that we'll talk about this afternoon. Okay. All right. But I wanted to show you guys that this is the total thing that I use. I wish I could turn around or something, but whatever. So one of the things that people talked about that they were very interested in was the fact that on healthcare, I said pay out of pocket. Okay. Now, that sounds risky coming from the United States, doesn't it? Put in the comments how that makes you feel when I say that I'm not paying for health insurance right now. As a 58-year-old black man. Now I'm very healthy. I do regular checkups. I eat clean. I exercise almost every day. I am 6'6". What is it? Last time I checked, I'm 6'6", like 198, 200. I'm 5 pounds less than my playing weight that I played as a professional. So I'm in good shape, right? And what happened, guys, the reason why I chose to deal with healthcare insurance this way, instead of paying per month, pay out of pocket, is because I talked to a lot of American, Canadian, European people that come here, that move here. And what they told me is that the health care that's available here out of pocket is so good and so affordable that the $150 to $200 in private healthcare insurance per month that you would pay, if you don't have pre-existing conditions, if you're not monitoring something health-wise on a consistent basis, if you're relatively healthy, you can spend that $150 to $200 for private healthcare insurance, which is phenomenal. It's better than any insurance that you'll find in the United States. And oh, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Claudia Scheinbaum, I'm really starting to like her more and more that I'm understanding politics here in Mexico. Claudia Scheinbaum just announced that they're going to have universal health care for the citizens of Mexico. So guys, if you qualify for temporary residency or permanent residency here, you have access to universal health care. Think about that for a second. Racism is expensive as hell, isn't it? That's the only reason we don't have universal health care in the United States is due to racism. You guys do know that, right? But I digress. So here in Mexico, when talking to a lot of the foreigners that come here and live, even people that are older than me in their 60s and 70s, if they're healthy, they pay out of pocket because, guys, I'll give you an example. I have these problems with eye styes. I get them on a regular basis, right? I could have gone to a general practitioner. I went to an ophthalmologist, no appointment, walked in off the street, talked to the receptionist, told her what was going on, showed her my eye. She said, oh, yeah, we can help you. Fill this out and have a seat. So I'm thinking, like in the United States, you might be there 2-3 hours. 7 minutes later, because I looked at my watch, 7 minutes later, they're bringing me in the back. The doctor is bilingual. So I'm trying to give my Spanish because I lead with Spanish here, guys. I'm not in the United States. I'm in Mexico. So I lead with Spanish as much as I possibly can as a sign of respect. And I know that when I show respect like that, I get respect. Okay. I go in and he laughs. He's like, you learn Spanish. He said, you sound good. He said, but I can speak English. And he said, this is kind of important. He broke down, I needed omega-3 fatty acids or omega-3 something because I've got a condition where my eyelids clog up easily. He told me that, something I did not know. I've been struggling with this all my life. I thought it was an allergy thing. So he told me that. He gave me a steroid to shrink the swelling, right? Gave me a prescription, told me some things to do, and sent me on my way. I went around the corner, got the prescription for, I think it was $25. The appointment to see a specialist was $50, no appointment. And the prescription, which was a steroid prednisone, was $25. That's $75, no appointment. And I had to go to 2 different pharmacies to get it. And in total, guys, from my place, walking to the optometrist's office, going over to the pharmacy, not to the one that's right next to me, they said, no, you got to go down to the Guadalajara pharmacy, which is a bigger chain here in Mexico. Go down to there. I got it. I came back. I did all this walking. I did all that within an hour, guys. Okay. And so I've had checkups here. No appointment. You walk in and they are thorough. They don't rush you out. None of that. Now, if you get private healthcare insurance, my free agents, members of the Next Chapter Forward community, they know this. If you get private healthcare insurance here in Mexico, if you're infirmed and cannot get out of your bed, the doctors will come to your place to see you. I did not stutter. If you have private healthcare insurance here in Mexico, and it ranges, sometimes it's 140 to, I've seen high range, maybe 250, right? So I'm like between 150 and 200 per month. Okay. There was a guy, and I wish I would have kept that comment. He said it on one of my videos. He said that you can pay for a year's worth of private insurance for darn near 1 month of quality healthcare insurance in the United States. So some people who have families, they're paying $1,000, $1,200 a month for healthcare insurance. You get about 10 months of healthcare insurance, private healthcare insurance, for what you pay for 1 month in the United States. That's why on this thing you see healthcare, pay out of pocket. That's why I do it, guys. Because the health insurance here in Mexico is far superior than what we get in the United States, and a hell of a lot cheaper. Okay. All right. What were some of the other things that I got questions on? So my rent in this place that I'm currently in, I got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's in a nice central area of the city. I'm 6 blocks away from the ocean. I've got great amenity like the grocery stores, the pharmacies, the restaurants. Everything is within walking distance for me here. Okay. And this place is 1,500. The place that I'm looking, I'm getting out of this particular apartment. I'm going to another one that's not 2-bedroom. It's 1 bedroom, but it's a bigger place. That's going to be $1,100 a month. So I'm about to cut $400 a month off of my monthly expenses and throw in trips and everything. Let's say I spend $3,000 a month. Where are you going to spend $3,000 a month in any large metropolitan area in the United States for $3,000 a month? Right? I don't have transportation costs on here either, guys, because I walk 95% of the places I go. When I do need to go someplace that's maybe too far to walk, I can take a taxi. You know what the taxis are from one end of town to the other here? Roughly 100 pesos, 120 pesos. That's about $7 or $8. Okay, so round trip, I might spend $14 if I can go clear across the city and back. And I might do that once a month, once every other month, maybe. So I struggle to spend $3,000 a month here, guys. And I'm living a quality life. I mean, this building that I'm in was a few years ago, it was one of the premier buildings in Playa del Carmen. I'm in one of the most expensive areas in one of the most expensive places in Latin America, and I struggle to spend $3,000 a month. You heard that right. Okay. So if you guys have any questions around the budget, go ahead and put it in, because a lot of times when I do these lives, I'll just go through everything I want to talk about. Then I come back and answer your questions. What I'm going to start doing is hit the topic and then get to your questions, and then hit the next topic and get to your questions. So it's a little bit more interactive, so you don't have to wait. Roderick Miller, a free agent. What's up, good brother? Checking in. The work ethic and consistency of what you're doing is hitting home. I did sign up for all right, Roderick. I look forward to seeing you. Roderick is a free agent, guys. He's one of the next chapter forward community members. Okay. I did visit Tulum and Playa del Carmen back in late January, early February after seeing your YouTube channel. I now have Playa del Carmen on my list, as well as Panama City and Cali, Colombia. Hey, bro, Roderick, I'm going to Cali. I'm going to Colombia in August. There's an Afro-Colombian music festival that is I think it's the biggest musical festival in Colombia. And it's in August. I'm going down to Cali for that. Because guys, I love Playa del Carmen, but I want to see black people. I want to see some more black people. Okay, we've got a very good group here. I'm in a group of 42 men. We're in a WhatsApp group. And what you'll notice when you get out of the United States, guys, that WhatsApp is really, really big. It's used in like businesses, doctors' offices, government offices. A lot of people outside the United States use WhatsApp for business and everything else. Okay. So the WhatsApp group I'm in, there's about 42 to 43 brothers that some of them are in the States, some of them are in Thailand, some of them are in Africa, but they're either here for a period of time, they live here, or they're coming in and out. Okay. And so that's been a lifesaver. I think that's one of the major reasons why I fell in love with Playa del Carmen so quickly, because I felt like I had a community. Okay. But I still want to see places where black people are the majority. Okay. It's very rare. Like, I didn't grow up in Chicago. I grew up in Carbondale, Illinois, which is a small college town. And we had a sizable black population, but it wasn't majority. And I lived on the south side of Chicago for 27 years. I loved it because it's majority black. Like, I freaking loved it. When I walk out and I go to the stores and go to the restaurants, it's mostly us, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so, Roderick, that's one of the reasons why I'm actually going to Bahia, Brazil in a couple weeks. That's the blackest area outside of Africa in the world. I'm going to Bahia next in a couple weeks, and I'm going to Cali in August because Cali is a black city in Colombia. And the two prettiest women I have ever laid eyes on, y'all, they were traffic stoppers. I mean, gorgeous sisters and dark. Both of them were just, Lord have mercy. I'm not in the market for a wife. But if I was looking for a wife, Cali, Colombia would be the first place I'm going, because I'm telling you, I've met a lot of beautiful women in my life. These two, one of them I met in Medellin, Colombia, when I was in Medellin last August or September. And the other one I met in Panama City a few years ago. My gosh. If my Spanish was good enough, I would have tried to talk them into coming back with me. They were that fine. We would have dealt with the details later, but so I'm losing my train of thought. Let me stay focused here. What's up, A Boogie? Another free agent. Thanks for joining, partner. Good to see you. The laundry service in Playa is 100% cheaper than New York City. Look, man, guys, you can get laundry service for. The last time I went, I had 7 kilos. It weighed 7 kilos of clothes. I'm talking about those. I'm sitting here looking at my laundry basket where you put your dirty clothes. I had a laundry basket full of dirty clothes, and it was 125 pesos. 130. No, it was 130 pesos, which is about $8. My laundry, which I have on here, my laundry is $25 a month, guys. They take it, they wash it, they dry it, they fold it, they package it, and give it back to you for $7 or $8. All you got to do is come home and put it up. Great service, bro. And there's lavanderias. So they call them lavanderias. They're everywhere. Okay. So it's a beautiful thing, guys. So that's kind of the breakdown of my living expenses. Uh-oh, why did that go out like that? Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. So my living expenses come up to $27.70 a month. Let's just say $3,000, right? And that's why I do the healthcare like I do, and that's why there wasn't a transportation piece in there. Okay, because of me walking and the healthcare situation that I just explained to you. Now, if things change, I would gladly go ahead and get that $150 thing. But if you look at it, if I got $150 of health insurance, I'm still inside of $3,000. This is what I'm trying to get across to you brothers back in the States, guys. Come to Playa del Carmen. I'll show you around. I'll give you enough free time. I'm not gonna because I don't want you all up in my stuff. You come down, I'll show you around. We'll go some dinners, go to lunch. I'll probably have you meet with 2 different real estate people. My boy Marco Gamboa, that's my man. Him and his wife, Stefania, are a real estate duo down here, and they can help you find anything that you're looking for, from sales of high-end, cats with $1 million homes, or people like me renting out 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. Marco and his wife, Stefania, can help you. But I want you guys to understand the reason why I'm putting my business out here is because I need to paint this picture for you black men. You don't have to feel like you're in financial prison. You don't have to feel like the last 30 or 40 years of you working has been in vain because you don't have much to show for it, or because you're worried about your pension or Social Security not making ends meet. It may not make ends meet in the United States, man. But in so many other parts of the world, you can live comfortably, guys. I'm showing you this. Let's just say let's say I spend $3,000 a month, okay? The average Social Security benefit in the United States is $2,070 a month. Now, that $1,500 in rent can be easily $500 for a one bedroom. Now, you won't be in this neighborhood. You'll be in a local neighborhood across the highway a little bit, but you still have access to the ocean. You still have access to all this stuff down here in the tourist area. And quite frankly, guys, the living is more authentic in these local Mexican neighborhoods. You see some foreigners. You see Americans and Canadians that are interspersed. You see more black people, actually. I see more black people on the other side of the highway than I do in this tourist area. Because for the black people that live here, they understand the most value is in the local Mexican neighborhoods. And so if you were to cut $1,000 off of my $3,000 budget, you could be living my lifestyle here in Playa del Carmen for $2,000 a month. I spend $1,000 on groceries and eating out and kicking it. $1,000 a month. That's a lot, guys. Okay, but I like my beer. I like my shrubs. I like my stuff, right? And I like to eat. I like to eat well. Now, do I spend $1,000 every month on groceries and eating out? Of course not. That's an overestimation, because guys, if I gave you the real numbers, you wouldn't believe it. So I'm padding these numbers. I put my YouTube TV in here, bro, because I had watched the Knicks, Cavs, and Spurs and Thunder. I'm a hoop guy, right? Electricity, water, all this stuff. I put it all in here. You can live this life, guys. It's not far-fetched. Come to Playa, take a trip. Try to involve it Thursday, because I'd love to bring you guys to one of the dinners that we have. And you wouldn't have to ask me. You could ask Mark. You could ask Kareem. You can ask Mike. You can ask David. You can ask RJ, the other Mike, Rudo, Frank. What's my boy that's about to move to Thailand? Why am I forgetting his name? Scooby, Haji, who lives in Haji's in Paraguay right now, though he's not here, so you couldn't talk to him. But my point, guys, is that I want you to get down here. Okay, my man John Key came down here. John Key is a recently retired educator. In terms of brothers that I've met, his situation might be the best. He can do whatever he wants. John he's a fit, good-looking brother, very educated, great energy. His pension will take care of whatever he wants. He took care of his money. And he's a positive brother, good dude to be around, just great spirit, right? He came down here to visit. He reached out, we went and had some brews, we talked and everything. And I hope that the information that he got from me will let him see, in addition to his experiences while he was down here, that this is more than doable, guys. It's more than doable. You can do this, okay? All right, hold on. I see somebody else had a question. What's up, Atomizer? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Atomizer, another free agent. My work prospects were cut rather short due to my disability that caused my SSDI benefit to be well below the 2,000 threshold. What would you suggest if my desire is to still leave the United States? Well, Atomizer, let me Dadgummit. Last week we talked about, there are some things, Atomizer, that you need to look at. There is a GPO, government pension option, and there was another 3-letter acronym where people were getting 2/3 of their Social Security benefits cut, but there was a Biden, January 10th, 2025, they repealed it. So Atomizer, you need to call the Social Security office. They'll know what I'm talking about. You may have had your benefits cut short. Oh, here it is. Here's what I'm going to ask you. So Atomizer, did you work in a for-profit situation or a state-run situation that they did not pay into Social Security, and then you worked another job that did pay into Social Security? If this is the case, either way, call the Social Security office, because you may have been getting your money taken out and you have some money coming back to you. Okay. Please keep me posted on this, Atomizer. I want to help you work through this. I believe that you fall under this category that we talked about last week on the live. And it's bothered me that I don't know that acronym. But please call the Social Security office. Tell them your situation. Explain to them that you heard about a Biden overturned some sort of law that was reducing Social Security benefits to people based on this thing of having different employment, where one employer was paying into Social Security and another employer was not. That was repealed January 10th, 2025. They owe you money. Okay? They owe you money, and your benefits should rise again. Please keep me posted on that. I'm so glad you brought this up. Thank you, Atomizer. See, guys, here's the thing. Me being the point guard of Next Chapter Forward, we're building this community of Black people because there's Black women on this ride with us, and I'm here for it, right? We're going to lead with the brothers, but we're going to lead our people. This is why it's so important, guys, that we stay in community, and that this brother Atomizer brings this up so that I have knowledge of this, but Roderick Miller might have knowledge of this. M. Namdi might, A. Boogie might. See what I'm getting at? We can help each other figure out these different questions, because you may think that you can't do it, Atomizer. I bet you can. I bet you can. Please call the Social Security office today, and then let me know how I can help you, because I really want to see you get your full benefits that you've worked for, and that this gives you the opportunity to live your best life somewhere else. Okay? Don't be discouraged. Make that call and let me know. Please keep me posted. I'm going to put my personal email address in here, and this is for any of you all that ever want to talk or have questions or you need help with something. There it is, and I'll start. It's just Stephen.Bardo@gmail.com. But Atomizer, thank you for putting this up. We're going to get you your money, brother, and you're going to be able to go where you want, okay? All right, stay encouraged. Don't be discouraged. Stay encouraged. That's why we do this. This is what Next Chapter 4 is all about, guys. Helping out each other in community. Okay? Oh, the Bone 412. Hey, I'm glad you caught it. Thank you for taking the time. Welcome, brother. You're amongst your people here. Welcome. Okay? All right. Now, I chuckle at this because my people back in the crib, bro, my friends and family, they would never believe this. Hold on. Okay. Dating in Mexico. They would never believe this, guys. Why is that not staying up? Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. Why is that not? Got some technical difficulties here, fellas. Bear with me. Come on now. What is going on? All right. So we're talking dating. There it goes. Dating in Mexico. All right. Now, I don't have a lot of experience in this area. And you'd be like, well, that sounds weird. I didn't come down to date. I didn't come down here looking for a woman. I didn't come down here to be sexualized and all that. That's not why I came to Mexico. I was coming to Mexico to heal, to work on my anger issues, to work on my PTSD, to live a different life than I was living in the United States, because I felt the walls coming in and that I was going to snap. I was really going to snap. I was going to hurt somebody or someone's going to hurt me. And I just didn't want to be that way. Right. I've done okay with my money. It's given me some flexibility. It's given me some options. And I want to be able to take advantage of those options. And I didn't believe that I could do that the best staying in the United States. So I came here. Right now, I'm going to be honest. There are beautiful women here. Okay. There are beautiful local Mexican women. There are beautiful Argentinian women. There are beautiful Canadian, American, European, African. There are African women here, Cubano, women from Cuba, beautiful Brazil. There are people from all over the world in this area. Okay. So I'm not blind. I just not focused on dating. I'm focused on me. It was one of the first times in my life that I wasn't so gung-ho on, locking down a shorty or, connecting with a woman and having a relationship. That's not what I'm on. Now, I have done a ton of research with my guys. Okay. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're a swinger, if you swing, Playa del Carmen may be your place. Okay. According to some of the men in the group, this is a big swinger community. All right. And I believe the better swinger parties are in high season here in Playa del Carmen. What is high season? It's when people in Canada and the United States and Europe want to avoid the winter. It's like snowbirds going down to Florida. But with the policies that have taken place in Florida and the administration and what they're doing towards the country of Canada, a lot of Canadians have chosen to direct their money and their behinds to Mexico. And so high season runs roughly November through March. That's high season. So you'll see a lot of the swinger parties take place during that time frame. There are some that take place now during the down season, but they're not nearly as frequent as they are in the high season. Okay. And so if that's your thing, if you're into swinging, you can definitely find your tribe down here. If you're trying to just date, I said this yesterday on Monday on the long form video. My thing, if you really want to date, guys, you could date a Canadian person, a U.S. person. There's people from all over. You can date people here. Okay. If you're trying to date a local Mexican woman, unless she knows English, unless she wants to learn English, it's best that you try to pick up some Spanish or make an agreement with her that you'll teach her English and she'll teach you Spanish. Because guys, when you're in a relationship and you're with someone of a different culture and you're obviously attracted to this person, they're attracted to you because it's brought you together and you like, okay, let's take this a step further, right? To me, guys, it just doesn't make any sense not to try to learn the language. One, because it's going to help you in that relationship. Two, it's going to help you learn the culture. Cultural differences are what gets people in trouble a lot of the times. Okay. A lot of misunderstandings happen through lack of understanding someone's culture. Their norms and ways are different from our norms and ways. And so you have expectations of the way people are supposed to respond. It doesn't fit in this scenario. And so just the fact that you're trying to learn Spanish will impress the woman. Now, if you date men and you're homosexual or, whatever, it's the same. This goes for whether you're heterosexual, homosexual, whatever. It's the same. Okay. If you're going to pursue dating people here in Mexico, start learning the language. You don't have to be proficient. Just start learning. Start learning some words. Because what that does, guys, that shows respect. If you're coming and expecting this woman to do everything in English, you're not making any effort in Spanish. You're not making any effort to pick up on their culture, because Mexicans have strong culture. It's really strong culture here. Mexicans remind me a lot of black people from the United States, guys. They act like our cousins. I'm dead serious on that. Their culture is so rich that you're really missing out. You're really being ignorant if you want to pursue a relationship with a Mexican person, but yet don't want to speak the language or don't want to embrace the culture. Because what you're going to find, what a lot of black female U.S. citizens have found that have made their way down here, that live here now, they vibe with the culture as much, if not more, than our culture back home. These sisters walk around here in indigenous apparel. They are wearing their hair the way they want. They've got these sisters around here beam, fellas. A lot of these black women, they levitate around here. They float because they feel safe, they feel respected, and they can be themselves. Okay? When you come here and you get into the culture and you start to have relationships with these people, I have relationships with a lot of Mexican locals, not in a romantic situation, but friendships. Okay? So just learn like, hola, hello, ¿cómo estás? How are you doing? Or ¿qué onda? Which in locals in Mexico say a lot. ¿Qué onda, amigo? ¿Qué onda, carnal? Don't say maricón. Don't say that. But just pick up a few words in Spanish if you want to do that. But dating here in Mexico, it's here for you, black men, because brothers, I'm here to tell you, I've been all over the world. We are primero numero uno. Now, you'll get to some Spanish countries where there are some Spanish people, or there are some native people who don't like black people. They've bought into the bullshit. Okay? It's okay. There's anti-blackness and white supremacy around the planet. It's just not in the United States. Okay? That era, that white supremacist ruling era is going away right now. We're coming into a new era. That's not going to be the prevailing practice around the world in the next 5 to 10 years. That's going away. But even with that in place, guys, we're still the number one sought after man on the planet. It's no different here in Mexico. The women will look at you, but the women, like my man Antonio Multivice, he was my Spanish, he's my first Spanish teacher, but he's become a good friend of mine. Antonio said the women here are very shy in the Yucatan Peninsula. In the rest of Mexico, he said, Stephen, if you come home with me, he lives up near Mexico City. He said, if you come home with me and you go to a bar, I guarantee you won't be at the bar 10 or 15 minutes without 1 or 3 Mexican women talking about, hey, why don't you come over here and join us? Okay? So it's different here in the Yucatan Peninsula between Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. Through this region, the women are a lot more shy than the women in the different parts of Mexico. Okay. So what that tells me is that if you approach women, and I've approached women here and I've had conversations with them, tell them how pretty they are or whatnot, and they love it. They blush and all that. They're very approachable. Now, they're not going to be aggressive, but they will, you say, hola, ¿cómo estás? They say, oh, muy bien, y tú, which means, and you, y tú. And I say, muy bien ahora, pero mira tú. Like, I'm okay now that I'm seeing you, right? They're very approachable, is my point. And if you speak a little bit, words here and there in Spanish, and you're trying, they will reciprocate, if not exceed your energy. Okay, so that's what I want to get across about the dating. Okay, another thing, guys, human moments. What are human moments? Give an example. Yesterday, I'm on my deck. I might have the best deck in Playa del Carmen because I've got a street that is a big time walkway for people who are going to work in the tourist area or going back home in the local neighborhoods, right? And I get all kinds of good looking people walking up and down. So I was out yesterday enjoying a beer, and I see this, I think she was Mexican lady. She had her baby in this arm, in one arm. You could see the top of her breast because she had her shirt up. She's breastfeeding. The baby's covered. You can't see her. I could see the top of her breast because I'm sitting higher and I'm looking down, but she was covered. The baby was covered. This Mexican sister was walking, laughing, breastfeeding her baby, and she had other family members she was walking with. They're walking down the street. She's breastfeeding her baby. They're having the best time. And this sister just walking, just talking, laughing, just, feeding her baby. Y'all know y'all don't see that in the States. Someone would have something sideways to say. Somebody would be, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Or somebody would maybe confront them or have a mean mug or something like that. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. See human moments like that. Got another one. There's a good dude, man. His name is Arturo. Arturo. He is a handsome Spanish man, Mexican man. I'm telling y'all, Antonio Banderas and all these other cats, they ain't got nothing on Arturo. He is dark, like he's really good complexion. He's a handsome man, but he's got a heart of gold, guys. His energy, like he's one of these guys that his energy just comes off of him, right? So I see him almost every time I go to the track and we talk, and he's an attorney, but he's a track athlete. And he's trying to prepare to go to the Masters Decathlon in Korea. It's a world track and field event where, people who are 50, 60, 70 years old, they go and compete. He's going to do the decathlon, but he's been having these nagging injuries. So this morning I said, Arturo, what's going on, man? How's the hamstring? He said, I found out that that's not what it was. And so he's trying to say it in English. I said, no, say it in Spanish. And he said what it is in Spanish. And he's got a bad liver. He talked about when he was in his 20s, his dad died unexpectedly of a heart attack, and it almost gave him a heart attack. So he started, he said he drank some medicine. He was drinking too much of this medicine. Then he got a divorce. And for 5 years after his divorce, he drank himself kind of silly. And so he's got to wait on a liver transplant. And so, I sat there and I hugged him Ah. Guys, you give me a second. Fellas, you never know what people are going through. You just never know. And when I ask people how they're doing, I really mean it. Ah. Mm. So this he says to me, he says, I've got 2 daughters to live for. He said, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And on the surface, he looks like he has everything. He trains young people. He's out there every morning. He's got his practice. You know, he's got goals to do certain things, but he's gotten derailed. And his love for his daughters, we all can feel that. I've got 2 sons. I can feel that. Right? And I was strong for him. I'm breaking down way more now than I did with him. Because as he's tearing up and he's talking about his daughters and wanting to be around for them, my instinct was just to be strong for him. Right? So these are human moments, guys, that I'm able to experience here in Mexico that I didn't experience at home, because you don't have time. You can't take time to figure out how someone's really doing because you got too much shit to do on your own. Right? And so, you know, I had these moments down here, guys, where I cry now. I didn't cry back home. You can't cry back home. There's no room for black men to cry back home. You're not going to be supported by that. Your woman's not going to understand that. Your kids aren't going to understand that. Your kids may be the only one that support that. But your woman, other people, they're not going to, you don't have room for that. Right? And the human moments are what make everything for me here. Right? I can be me. I can be human. I can look at that woman and her family and her breastfeeding, and I can find value in that. I can find value in supporting this cat, him feeling okay enough to share that with me and breaking down with me so that I could hug him and give him some encouragement. That's what, to me, that's what living is, guys. I can't do that back in the States. They have created life that is so difficult for us from a job standpoint, from a financial standpoint, from a clean air standpoint, from a clean water standpoint, to getting real food, right? To seeing this young 16-year-old girl who was missing, they found her hung. That stuff tears me up. Like that rips, that hurts me when I see that. And so we don't have time, black men in the States, to have these human moments. We don't. you're going to have to get outside the United States to have these type of moments where this guy felt. Now, I've been the whole time I've been here, like 14, 15 months, I see him a lot, right? So we've had a lot of contact, but we've never been this deep, never got this deep. But the Creator put me there for a reason. I was there for a reason, to give him support, to give him encouragement from another man. Okay? We don't have these back home. So my point, guys, is some of you are not going to make it out. Some of you are not going to be able to leave the United States for various reasons. You may want to, but financially you may not be able to. Your family might hold you back. Something happens with your health that you're not able to leave. Some of you are not going to be able to leave. But for those of you that can, understand, guys, that your life will be so much richer outside of it, right? And my instinct is to apologize for sharing my emotions, but I caught myself because I don't need to apologize for being real. If it may, I hope that this didn't make some of you uncomfortable with me sharing my experience with our Arturo this morning, but you can see that it's real for me. It's real. Okay. This is living. This is part of living. All right. I have discovered that Madagascar in particular looks more like a country in South America instead of an island country which lies in the Indian Ocean on the African continent, and the women there. Wow. Madagascar, check out Zanzibar. I'm developing a really nice relationship with this sister named Rose. She's from New York. She lives out in Zanzibar and she travels around Africa. If you like Madagascar, check out Zanzibar. I'm telling you. Hey, good to see you, Reynolds. Thank you, brother. Thank you. People in the United States have become nothing but completely apathetic people. Hell, that's why they voted for, yeah, no doubt. KW7429, what are your memories? Man, I'm not talking about that right now. Yeah, guys. So listen, if you're interested in what we're doing in the next chapter forward, type free throw 15 in the comments or go to my bio and get your global scouting report. It's 8 questions. It takes 2 minutes. It gives you a score of your readiness to relocate. You're either a dreamer, a planner, a packer, or ready to relocate. Okay. It also puts you on the next chapter forward email list. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and get your global scouting report or type free throw 15 in the comments, and I'll send you a link that me and you can get on a free 15-minute call. Guys, these are going very well. I'm able to help guys like William Newberry, Montine Blue, who are some of the other cats I've talked to recently. But I had some great conversations. Guys, I say 15 minutes, unless I've got something scheduled right after that. We go longer because I'm here to help. And I want to see you guys have some of the same transformations that I'm having in terms of having these real life human experiences, being open enough to people to support them and have them support me. My living expenses being $3,000 at the most, and I'm trying to ball out to get to $3,000. Imagine, I want you to sit here and think about that, guys. We got over 25 people watching right now. All of you 25, think about your living expenses being at most $3,000, and you're living a world-class lifestyle that I'm living. You're walking everywhere. You're getting clean and good food. The world's best chefs reside in Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. You can go all over the world, and if they're really, really good restaurants, they're more than likely there's a Mexican chef in there, okay? You get high-quality people because you know what, guys? The black men that I'm in the group with, they made the same bet on themselves that I did, and they won. So you get a higher level of brother, of sister here that you come across, that you vibe with, that you encounter, because they had the same strength, the same intestinal fortitude. They said, you know what, I'm gonna bet on myself. I don't have to hear the narratives in the United States that I can't, everywhere outside the United States is so dangerous. Oh, they won't treat you well. Oh, there's anti-blackness around the world. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. But there's also intelligent people around the world that know that anti-black narrative is just what it is. It's a narrative, right? I want you guys to understand what's outside the United States. That's why we go long here on these Wednesday lives, because I want to explain this in as many different examples that I can give you of why life can be really rewarding and enriching for you if you just give yourself the chance. Bet on yourself, guys. You won't go wrong. Okay? There's a gentleman that is very close to me who's having some difficulties and whatnot. And he moved to this place about, I think it's been 2.5 years now. And he loved it. He got there and, he's doing his thing and he's experiencing life and he's loving it. But what's happened is I think the place is too small for him. And so there's a sameness and his friendships haven't developed quite the way that he would like them to. And his work hasn't quite gone maybe the way he wanted to. So he's contemplating a change. And so when I asked him, I said, would you do it all over again? He said, absolutely. He said, absolutely. Would I make this? Absolutely. He said, because even though I may look for another situation, I needed this. And he too needed to get out of the United States. So guys, I'm trying to paint this picture for you. Okay. All right, Jonathan Glover, good to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Gonna lock in my saving and investing. Wife and I might living abroad for retirement. Jonathan, how long you got before retirement? Because you know what? You probably have enough money in investing right now, to be honest. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Great conversation, fellas. This is a great man. It was truly the creator that I met him. BG, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. More than you'll know. Thank you. And thanks for always tuning in and supporting. Thank you. Going to lock him. Yep. These last 5 years of work, I never considered living abroad for retirement. Oh, Jonathan. Yeah, you gotta think about it, brother. Think about it. Seriously. And you and your wife are together? Oh, man. If you haven't joined Next Chapter Forward community, please consider joining Jonathan. We focus on 13 countries. Why those 13 countries? Because I look at countries where Black people have had success and there are active and thriving groups in these countries. That's where I'm make suggestions for our Next Chapter Forward free agents. Free agents are members of our Next Chapter Forward community. Why free agents? Because I'm a basketball guy. It's a basketball reference. Free agents are people who have satisfied their contract with their current employer. Now their business prospects are greater because they've shown the proficiency in their careers. They've shown that they're experts in their careers. Black man, you all have worked 20, 30, 40 years, possibly in your same career, You're experts. You're a free agent. Now it's time to go on the marketplace or the marketplace of your lifestyle. You've got this money. You've got this pension. You've got your investments. You've got your Social Security that you've worked for. You're a free agent now. You can take all that knowledge. You can take your money and you can bid your services to the best country that fits your lifestyle the best. That's why we call free agents. Okay? So, Jonathan, I'm going to challenge you to get on a free 15-minute phone call with me. Type free throw 15 in the comments. Or better yet, here we go. Let me put the link up so that you guys don't even need to where is it? There we go. Let me get to my link here because I want to pull this up for you guys. Come on now. Gotta go through my email to get it. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I want to get this link up for you because I want all of you guys to get on a call with me if you want. I definitely want Jonathan to, because if you're 5 years away and you've got your wife, let's get on a call because I may be able to show you where you can do it even faster. Now, if you like what you're doing and you want to do that, okay, the link is copied. Let me put this link in. If that's what you want, if you like your work and that's what you want to do, by all means do so. Okay, there's a link, guys. Screenshot it if you want, but it's gonna be starred here in the comments. That's the link. Jonathan, I'd love to get on the call with you to see what you look like, where you are, and we'll go from there. Help you as best I can. Charles D, what's up? Charles D, a free agent. Missed the earlier part. What were the dating tips again? I think Panama City is probably the best fit for me. Good. Okay, now Panama City, you got no more Spanish down in Panama City than you do here. Okay. What I told people, Charles, is that start picking up the language. You don't have to be fluent in a year. That's not what I'm saying. I want you to pick the language up because the cultures in these Latin American countries is so rich, guys, that you'll be missing a big part of dating. Yes, you'll be with a beautiful woman. Yes, she will be feminine. Yes, she will know how to treat a man, all that. But understand her culture, because in doing so, in stretching your mind to learn a different language, and now starting to understand their cultures, you become a better person as a result. That was my thing. Now, and also dating here, Charles, if you're dating and you like swing sets and you like groups, that's big here in Playa del Carmen. There's a bunch of swingers here. They have big time swinger parties. Now, if that floats your boat, you can get that here and you don't need Spanish for that. Those parties are Canadian, American, European, local Mexican. They're much more international. Okay. So that was summed up the dating advice there for you, Charles. Thanks for tuning in, brother. It's always good to see you. Panama City is wonderful. Great, great place. There we go. Oh my gosh. I read that book, BG. That is I like to listen, audio books. Die with Zero, guys. Thank you, BG Intentional. BG Intentional. Thank you. Fellas, this is where iron sharpens iron. This is the community. BG Intentional. Guys, that book is worth, you know what? I'm going to find that. Die with Zero. And I'll Die with Zero. Bill Perkins. Here we go. I'm gonna flash this up so you guys can see this. Great book. Here we go. Share, screen share. Where is it? Die with zero. Here we go. All right, guys, here's the book. Can you see that okay? Die with zero, getting all you can from your money and your life. A black man wrote this, guys. It's a brother that wrote this. Excellent book. And basically the premise is that we were always taught to save for somebody else, save somebody. No. What Bill Perkins talks about is there's a way to spend your money that you get the most value, you get the most help from your family, all these different things that you want to die with zero. You want to have spent your money, invested your money, gifted your money to the people that mean the most to you. And still enjoy your money while you're still living. Not to work for everybody else and then you don't have nothing at the end. No, make very smart, specific spends. And he goes through it in his book. It's a fantastic book. Man, listen. Well, I got the coolest community ever. y'all are so dope, meaning good. Thank you, BG. That was wonderful, man. Let's see. Oh, my man, David Newman. Best thing I could have done for myself was to make this move. You're out here trying to save lives. Great job as always, brother. David's down here in Playa. He's in our group. David is a former military officer. He was a highly ranked officer in the military. He's a trainer. Great guy. He's down here now. And, I saw him yesterday. It was raining, but me and him were out there getting our workout in. Okay. So yeah, man. Thank you, David. Appreciate you, brother. I'll see you, if not Thursday, I'll see you earlier than that, but I'll see you soon. Charles, don't do Duolingo. It's not terrible. Oh, we got time. Here's how I want you guys to learn Spanish. This is so good. Okay? Learn how to make the pronunciations. So A is A. B, learn the pronunciation first. The pronunciation rules. But here's what I want you to do. Figure out what you want to say in Spanish. So get Google Translate. We're going to do it here. Okay? I'm going to pull up Google Translate. I'm going to create a sentence that I want to use. So if I want to flirt with a beautiful woman, Spanish-speaking woman, I want to say, hi, how are you doing? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Right? Hi, how are you doing? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Right? Write that down. Write the sentence down in English. Then go translate it in Spanish. Okay? Even Google Translate will say it, will do it out loud.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You see that?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
So you can get the pronunciation of the words, Charles, that you want. But I want you to write down 10 sentences that you want to say in Spanish, but that you would normally say in English. How much does this cost? Let me do that. How much does this cost? See that? I wrote that out. Watch this.
¿Cuánto cuesta esto?
¿Cuánto cuesta esto? Or I normally just say ¿cuánto cuesta? And they know exactly what I'm talking about. Get Google Translate, Charles, and write down these sentences and get the Spanish, translate them and practice them and learn them. Don't do Duolingo because they'll have you doing words, and then when someone open their mouth, you'll freeze because you're not used to speaking. We want to write these words out. We want to speak them, and we want to memorize them. Do 10 phrases per month. Go slow with it. I don't want you to burn out. Type 10. This is for each and every one of you. That any language you want to learn, speak fast early. Don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about the past tenses and all that. Speak the language early. Duolingo will have you speaking, but it'll have you speaking these words and these phrases. I want you to speak the way that you want to speak. So get 10 phrases that you want, translate them, listen to how they're spoken, and you say them. And then also, guys, just turn on YouTube and start listening to very basic Spanish. Listen to the way that people talk. That's how we learned as kids, guys. No one sat us down and said, do these sentences, do these words. You learn by listening. Your brain picked up on patterns. Get your 10 phrases. I'm going to do a challenge on this. Maybe we'll do this next week. Get your 10 phrases, translate them out, listen to the way they're said. You say them 10 times yourself, and then listen to 10 minutes of a YouTube channel that's got basic Spanish, and that's it. That's how you learn Spanish. That's how you learn any language. And what's going to happen, Charles, what you're going to end up doing, you'll memorize those, and then you'll hear people start to talk, and you'll start to pick up on like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did she just talk about that? It'll come. Okay. That's how I want you to learn Spanish. You can do the Duolingo, you can do all that stuff, but me memorizing these sentences that I wanted to say and then going out and saying them, that's the fastest way. Okay. Don Worldwide, salute, brother. Good, Charles. You're on your way then, bro. You can use Duolingo if you feel more comfortable with it. That's fine. Let me not say don't do this and don't do that. Use those if you're comfortable with that. I'm also going to give you the technique I gave you is a way that military people get taught to speak. Because if you're a spy or something and you get dropped in the country, you got to learn this language quickly. That they don't do the grammar and all that stuff. They do crazy input. They make them listen to a lot of conversation, and they have them memorize phrases that are important for them. That's the quickest way to learn a language. Okay. All right. Let's see. Wait a minute. What's up, William? Good to see you, brother. Another free agent. You are right. Do not try to conjugate right away. Just get the words out and keep it simple. The people will know what you are trying to say. That's exactly right, William. Thank you. Another free agent. I had a really good conversation with William. We went probably 30 to 40 minutes on our call. Outstanding brother right here. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, come back, put the questions in the comments. I come back and check them. I'll come back and answer your questions. But another great session, guys. I so appreciate William Newberry, Charles D, Don Worldwide. Somebody's calling me from the Shy. My man David Newman, the Atomizer. BG Intentional. Yes, sir, BG. Jonathan Glover. Hey, Jonathan, I want to hear from you now. Hit me up. KW7429. Reynolds, good to see you again, Reynolds. The Bone 412, glad you finally caught the stream. A Boogie, salute, brother. Roger Miller, I look forward to seeing you on the call. You guys, thank you so much for supporting Next Chapter Forward. Share this with one brother that you think would benefit. Doesn't have to be a bunch. One brother or sister that you think would benefit from this content. We're growing Next Chapter Forward slowly because we want the right people in our community. And I'm here for you. Peace, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time,